As was said on Sunday, over these last weeks, the stories that have been told have been mostly drawn from the Sufi persuasion, and many of them are allegorical in nature. And being so, to understand them, we have to draw on our experience, our intuition, and our knowing, and bring them together so that we can reach an understanding of the deep meaning of what these stories are. But there is a question that now arises, and that question is, what is it that is the difference between perception and awareness? And to answer this question, we need to revert to a little Zen, because Zen is sharp and acute and cuts to the chase. We need no mental machinations to get it. And so there's an old Zen story about that old woman, and one day a young monk came by her door to seek alms, and she gave him what she had, and then seeing his enthusiasm and his dedication, she decided to follow him on his path and become his helper. So everywhere he went, she followed, and she took care of him. She would build him a little shelter under which he could be when the weather, and when she would bring him miso soup and cook vegetables for him. But after some years, she decided to test him. And so the next place that they arrived at, she went into town, and she approached a young maiden of the night and asked her to go to the little shelter that she had built, where he was meditating, and beguile him, as only these ladies of the night know how to do. And she said, "Then you come and tell me what happened." So afterwards, when the young maiden came to the old woman, and the old woman asked her, "Well, what did he say? What did he say?" And the young woman related that she had used her wiles, but that he had said, "An old tree grows on a cold rock in winter. Nowhere is there any warmth." And immediately the old woman jumped up and said, "Why, that arrogant man!" And she immediately went and burned down his hut. Then there's the story of a woodchopper. A woodchopper who went into the forest, as he did every day, to chop wood. But as he was chopping, suddenly there appeared an animal like no animal known. And the woodchopper thought to himself, what a strange kind of animal this is. And the animal could obviously read his thoughts, and parroted back to him what he'd thought. And so it went on, a dialogue. The woodchopper thought to himself, well, I could take this creature home. And the creature would say, well, do you want to take me home? And then he would think to himself, well, maybe if I chop him with my axe then. And then the creature would say, yes, and now you want to kill me. And so it went on. So the woodchopper was getting very frustrated with this, and so he tried to ignore the creature. But the banter went on. And even though he tried very hard, he could not take his thoughts away from this creature. Until finally, in his deep frustration, he decided that he would totally and only concentrate on his wood chopping. And very soon there was nothing else but the sound of his axe hitting the tree. And then, strangely, suddenly, the head of his axe flew off and killed the creature. This is Zen. Zen that cuts to the chase. It's like a sharp sword. The stories, like the koans, that trip up the mind, where we no longer have the ability to be able to bring together our experiences, our intuition, and our knowing, to arrive at an answer. These stories are not Zen koans, but because of their Zen nature, they act to put us in a place where we can bring the answer to a question without any machination, without any need to bring together the levels of the story, the levels of existence. What is your answer to the question, what is the difference between perception and awareness?
Perception is mind. Awareness is knowing.
Yes. Awareness is no mind. And yet, the Sufi stories, allegorical as they are, with a deep, secret meaning, have their place, as does our mind have its place to interpret the perceptions. But what is the difference between them? Are they like stillness and movement that meet, cancel one another out? Do they work together like the two sides of our brain? Perception and awareness.
It's like awareness is perception but laser. It's a clarity that there's nothing after it, so to speak.
No, not at all.
If that makes sense.
No.
awareness is boundless, because that's about the senses or anything, and encompasses everything.
Totally,
Mm.
isn't it?